here to talk about the Lifetime original film, Fallen Angels Murder Club, Heroes and Felons. I'd like to welcome returning guest, Kelly Hu, to Sidewalks Entertainment. Hi, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, how are you?
So, apart from your work on Fallen Angels Murder Club, Heroes and Felons, through the years we've seen you in shows like Arrow, The Orville, Warehouse 13, and movies like X2, Cradle to the Grave, and Scorpion King. Now, before all the fan favorite characters that you've played through the years, how did you begin your career in acting?
Oh gosh, I started a very long time ago. I was born and raised in Hawaii, and I was in pageants. I actually was modeling, and I got into the pageants through modeling, and I ended up winning the Miss Teen USA pageant back in 1985, and I had the opportunity to pursue an acting career right after that. I got my very first gig in Hawaii on a show called Growing Pains. You remember that?
Yes, I
Where the
remember.
yeah, where the Seavers get to come to Hawaii on vacation, and I got my first gig, my SAG card working on that show, and before the show even aired, I packed up my bags and I moved to Los Angeles and started my career.
That is amazing. So, how did you transition from modeling to acting? Did you take classes or did it just come naturally to you?
I took drama every single semester in high school. I think, that was the only tools that I had when I moved to Los Angeles, but was what I learned from Mr. Bertino in drama class. And I really just kind of learned a lot on the job. I had a lot of experience doing commercials and on camera experience with that kind of thing, and the pageant, of course. But I really learned a lot of stuff and made a lot of mistakes, just on the job, working and doing a lot of guest stars and little parts in films and things like that. And it wasn't until about 10 years in or even more that I got my very first regular gig on a soap opera called Sunset Beach.
That is awesome. And wow, so you remember your teacher after all these years. What an amazing teacher to have left such an impression.
Oh, absolutely. Mr. Bertino. He was my drama teacher for 4 years straight. Yeah. I actually just
Wow, that is so
wrote to
awesome.
him. I found him on Facebook and just wrote to him, thanking him for giving me the tools to pursue this acting career.
Oh my gosh. So, of all the projects that you've worked on, which was the most memorable for you?
Oh gosh, there have been well over 100. So I mean, there've been a couple that were sort of life changing. I think getting Scorpion King was a life changing moment. Getting to work with Dwayne Johnson, who I just knew was going to have this amazing career. He was such a charismatic person. Everybody loved him. Everyone from little kids to grandmothers, and he's just got such mass appeal. And getting to work with Hugh Jackman in X-Men, that was also amazing. I've had quite an awesome career, I have to say. I always say, like,
Yeah.
Meryl Streep's got nothing on me because I think my career is way more fun.
And you did mention working with Hugh Jackman in the film X2, and I just had to say that character was actually your character in that film was actually one of my favorites. Like I was considering maybe dressing up as your character for Halloween.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was one of my favorites too. I didn't have a lot to say. Thank you.
Well, your character didn't really have to say much. I mean, she was still pretty awesome as is. I mean, you did some fighting in that film. I mean, do you remember your fight moves in that movie?
It was an amazingly choreographed fight scene,
Yeah.
we were even like nominated for like best fight for like MTV Movie Awards and things like that. It really was memorable, and people bring it up all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was such a fun character to play, because even though I don't say very much, I have one line in the entire movie. Like building this character with just like physicality. It was a really awesome sort of experiment practice to be able to convey who this person was without any words.
You did such a fantastic job. I loved that character.
Thank you.
So, the Lifetime original film, Fallen Angels Murder Club, Heroes and Felons. Now, this is the second installment of the movie series. What was your experience like working on this film?
Oh, it was amazing. Everybody on this film was so sweet, so kind. And Toni Braxton is one of the kindest people in the world. I mean, she just is very open to her fans, even people on set, extras who are fans of hers. She would go out of her way to meet them. She's just very kind and very generous, and yeah, it was just such a pleasure. It couldn't have been better, seriously.
So, tell me a little bit about your character and what did you enjoy most about playing this role?
This character is, she's not one of the book club members per se, but she is the grieving widow of the guy who put it all together, put the book club together. And so this film, this is really about them finding out who his murderer is. People in their circle are dropping like flies, and so they are desperate to figure out who it is before more of these characters get killed. And there's so many twists and turns and fun stuff going on. You just, when you think you don't. You have no idea what's going on.
Now, one last question before we wrap. Now that you've wrapped Angels Murder Club, Heroes and Felons, do you have any projects that you're currently working on or have coming up?
Yes, I'm actually currently in Atlanta filming a TV series called BMF, Black Mafia Family. So another show with a lot of bodies dropping all over the place.
Oh my gosh. Well,
It's not all me, I
Kelly,
swear.
well, we're all very much looking forward to it. Kelly, you are just fantastic. It was such a pleasure speaking with you today.
I had a lot of fun on this too. Thank you so much.
Everyone, be sure to watch Kelly Hu in the film Fallen Angels Murder Club, Heroes and Felons on Lifetime.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit us at sidewalkstv.com, our YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow us on social media.